And what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Inland Sports Show, live and amplified on a Wednesday night as we get you all set for the CIF Southern Section football semifinals. Yes, it's finally time. If you're playing this late in the season, if you're playing football and celebrating Thanksgiving at the same time, you're doing something right. So later in the show, we're going to break down all of the semifinal games. We got a couple coaches coming on. Matt Logan. We've got Arlington coach Kevin Argumosa. And we're going to really blow this thing out as we get you all set for the semifinals coming up this week. Mike Tuohy, the head football coach from Vista del Lago, will be our first guest. But first, Johnny, let's take a look at our semifinal games here in the Inland Sports coverage area. There's 14 divisions in the CIF Southern Section. 8 of those we've got local teams in. In Division 1, the big one, right? Mater Dei taking on Centennial. They were supposed to play in week 0. We're finally getting it now in the D1 semis. In Division 3, Roosevelt will be home against Apple Valley. Division 6, Temecula Valley making that long trip to Camarillo. Division 7, Aquinas back home in San Bernardino. They will host Pasadena. Division 11, that's where we find the Ravens. They're home against Northwood. That's Division 11. In D12, Tuckwitz out there in Hemet. They will host Compton. Division 13, Arlington on the road at Anaheim. And in Division 14, our only all-local battle as Indian Springs will play at Rialto. That's Division 14. So there's your semifinals involving our local teams. So without further ado, let's go live to Mike Tuohy, the head football coach for the Vista del Lago Ravens, as they are getting set to, well, actually, you're back in the semifinals, Coach. The last, real football season we had in 2019, you guys were in the same exact spot going to the semifinals. So I guess when you're coaching and playing football at Vista del Lago, you got this expectation now of making a playoff run, right?
Yeah, we're doing our best to keep it that way. Just started off a little rough, but we got it rolling, and we're happy to be where we're at.
So, Coach, with that said, do you feel like this Ravens team has gotten better deeper into the season? Are you guys playing maybe your best football of the season right now?
100%. Early on, we had some adversity, some tough losses, and it was great for us. We needed to kind of get punched in the mouth to wake up and, realize what you've done in the past don't mean nothing. You've got to do it every year, and you've got to earn it every year. So those early bumps were great for us.
So, Coach, in 2019, you guys made it to the semifinals, but that was Division 14. Now you're in Division 11. You guys are bumped up, but you're right in the same spot. Is that kind of the goal for the program? Is, hey, guys, let's stay competitive and let's see, how high can we go? What kind of competition can we beat? Division 11, there's some good football teams in there, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. Division 14, like you said, 2 years ago, we were just getting this thing started. We took over at 0-24, so we had to get it rolling a little bit. Got to the semis that second year, third year, COVID hit, fourth year. We're hoping to go a little bit further and see if we can get this thing done this year. But Northwood's up next.
Well, Coach Tuohy, listen, I know, a CIF championship is the goal, but you guys also won an Inland Valley League title this year. I don't know how many league titles Vista del Lago has. That might have been the first one. I'm not sure, but that had to feel good too, right, winning that league championship? Yeah,
we had one before we got here. We are now back-to-back league champs, which is huge for us, for our community. Moreno Valley has a lot of talent out here, and, teams are winning. You get to try to keep those kids home. So it's huge to win those league championships, and, very proud of my boys.
Well, Coach, here we are. We're talking about playing for a trip to the finals. If you guys win on Friday night against Northwood, you guys are going to the D11 championship game. But rewind 4 years ago, you inherit a program, I think in, 0-10, I think, right? The season right before you guys got there, that step you guys have made, that progression to get from there to here in a Division 11 semifinal. Talk about that journey and what has it taken to kind of, turn the program around and make it so it's competitive and a championship kind of caliber team.
Yeah, so when we took it over, it was actually 0-24. They hadn't won in 2.5 seasons. So that first year, 4 and 6. We're trying to get it on the right track, but there's great kids over here. It's just a matter of getting them on track, but you can't do none of that if your administration, your athletic director don't have your back. Coach G and Principal Swanson before just were huge for us to get on the right track, caring about sports and what it does for your kids in the classroom and, on the field. And then now our new principal, Ms. Dunhams, has just been very supportive. So the administration and the athletic director are huge in that process, but we're not done. Like you said, we were at 14, now we're at 11. Hopefully we can take it as far as we can this year. And I just want to keep building the program. I've got a great coaching staff and just a great group of kids to work with, and that makes it all easy.
Coach, how would you describe this team? Because I look at some of your scores and I'm like, okay, they can put points on the board. And then I look at some other games and I'm like, hey, their defense is really good too. They can lock the other team down. How would you characterize this year's team?
First downs, not touchdowns, as far as offense goes. But we have some very talented kids, and we're a grinded out offense. We're tough in what we do. We don't make many mistakes, and defensively, we've really turned it on lately. Early on, we had some bumps in the road, but I'm a defensive guy at the end of the day, so I like to get after it there. But I've been very proud of our offense too. If you don't turn the ball over and you play great defense, you got a chance to win games, and that's who we believe we are, and we'll see.
Coach, I'm glad you said that because we're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. Football's already hard enough. But if you can play defense and you can grind it out with that ground game and you're not going to turn the ball over, you're probably going to win a lot of football games. And that's probably why you're here in the semifinals. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Is it going to be more of that come Friday night and maybe in the championship game as well if you guys can get, win on Friday against Northwood?
Absolutely. I mean, we'll see. We've got a few wrinkles up our sleeve, and we want to open some things up. But we plan on playing tough defense, and our offense is doing a great job. Like I said, we don't turn the ball over, and I'm so proud of our guys. And we've got a special freshman quarterback and a really good O-line and some good pieces around. So all that stuff is developing.
So, Coach, here we are. I know you guys just finished up practice. How was practice tonight? Are you feeling good about how this team is, locking in for the semifinal game on Friday?
Yeah, we had a great week of practice. We've done a good job just locking in and being consistent in what we do. We had a soccer game yesterday. They pushed our practice back. Different than usual, but it actually worked out to be a great experience. We watched a movie, ate some pizza, went out to the soccer game a little early, supported the girls. They did a great job beating Citrus Hill 5-4 in the last couple seconds. So I want to give them a shout out. Very proud of them. But great week of practice. We got one more day, and we'll see what happens Friday.
Well, we will see, and you guys are at home. A big football game in the city of Moreno Valley as Vista del Lago hosting Northwood D11 semifinals. Coach Tuohy, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it. I'm a big fan, and go Ravens on Friday night.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate all the support, and let's see how far we can take this thing.
Keep it rolling. That is Mike Tuohy, head football coach for the Vista del Lago Ravens, joining us live here on the Inland Sports Show. Thanks again, Coach. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to take our first commercial break of the night here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, more high school football. Kevin Argumosa, the head football coach for the Arlington Lions. And then right after that, the great Matt Logan from Centennial. We'll be back with more Inland Sports Show.
What's going on, guys? This is Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
The time is now. The Boost Training Center is open for business and ready to help all the athletes across the Inland Empire. Doesn't matter the age or the sport, if you go to Boost Training with Coach Ray Bass, they're going to make you bigger, faster, stronger. So if you're out there looking to train this offseason, talking about all you football players especially, check out boosttrainingsystems.com. That is the website. You can find a strength and speed class just for you this offseason season so you can be even bigger, better, faster, stronger this upcoming season. Give them a call or text at 951-532-4904 to reserve your spot today. Strength and speed training at Boost Training System. And don't forget, enrollment is open right now for the Bass School. That's Boost Alternative School for student athletes. You can check out what they have to offer at boosttrainingsystems.com. That is the website once again, and you can enroll for the 2021-2022 school year. Again, this is not an online school. This is a private school specifically for 7th and 8th grade boys. Check it out today because space is limited. We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. A big shout out to Coach Tui from Vista del Lago, hooking it up, breaking down that Ravens matchup against Northwood in the Division 11 semifinals. It's going to be a big game. And again, like I told you off the top of the broadcast, we've got 8 different divisions with local teams that we're fired up about. And I think a bunch of those teams could be moving on to CIF championship games. But there's one huge game looming out there, and we've been waiting for this game for a while. Johnny, let's go to the fancy graphic. It's the Kin Sporting Goods must-see game as the show rolls on here. Huskies taking on Mater Dei. They were supposed to play in week 0. COVID issues canceled this game, although they did scrimmage. Matt Logan says he did not, play all his starters like normal, so that wasn't that technically a real game. But that's our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game. Anytime Mater Dei and Centennial get together, you know it's a big deal. Now a trip to the finals is on the line. So you got Mater Dei and Centennial on one side. You got Servite and Bosco on the other. So it's basically Centennial versus the world, or at least the Trinity League. And in the semifinals, it's Mater Dei and Centennial. And the best part, Centennial's at home. The game is going down in Corona. With more on this mighty, mighty matchup in Division 1, Kendall Hollowell joins us live in studio. Kendall?
Thanks, Pep. Centennial cruised to a 62-16 victory over Mission Viejo to improve to 11-0 this season. Quarterback Izzy Carter was phenomenal, accounting for over 200 yards of total offense and 4 touchdowns. In fact, 8 different Huskies scored on Friday, showcasing the incredible depth on this roster. They moved up 2 spots to number 11 in this week's Max Prep's top 25 ranking, setting up perhaps the biggest playoff matchup not only in the state of California, but across the country. We'll see Jaden Mickey match up with his future teammate and fellow Notre Dame commit C.J. Williams. 5-stars Domani Jackson and Raleigh Brown will also be on the field for Mater Dei, in addition to a number of other athletes on both sidelines that you will see playing on Saturdays. The two schools are meeting for the 11th time since 2007, with the series being split between them, but the Monarchs have won the last 2 by an average margin of 32 points. So, how can Centennial change their fortune this time around? Let's take a look at some keys to victory from Matt Logan's squad. Number 1, balanced attack from the quarterbacks. I said it a few weeks ago, and it's still true today. The best offense that Centennial has is a balanced attack from Izzy Carter and Carson Conklin. Excuse me for a second, sorry. Carter is a special athlete at the quarterback position, and Conklin has a rare arm talent, and he can also show off his athleticism, and he showed it against Mission Viejo. And Izzy Carter, speaking of him, he showed how great of a passer he can be. Number 2, successful blitzes. Sorry, excuse me.
So they got a blitz, right, to figure it out?
I'm sorry, yeah, sorry.
Just go through them.
Sorry, yeah, successful blitzes. You got to send Elijah Brown. He may only be a sophomore, but his pocket presence and his poise are well beyond his years. You got to make him uncomfortable. Don't let him get into a rhythm, but if you send it, you have to get there. This is a deep and talented receiving core from Mater Dei that can generate a lot of big plays on any given snap. You have to be able to help him out in the back end. Number 3, be physical. Be physical in the run game, be physical in the trenches, be physical on the outside. Servite, who played them a couple weeks ago and had the closest margin, had success against the Monarchs because they were physical. They were physical running the football, and they were physical sending blitzes early on. You have to let them know you're not going to back down for them. And number 4, win in the red zone. Mater Dei, they're gonna move the ball on you, but you have to have a bend, don't break mentality. And for offensively, we know Centennial, they're not gonna kick any field goals, so you have to have a successful set of plays to get it done in the red zone. Now let's hear from head coach Matt Logan and what he had to say about this upcoming matchup between them and Mater Dei.
Yeah, hopefully we do have some tricks because they're really good. But we're excited. You know, they are who they are, and we're looking forward to competing with them. And we feel like we got a shot, and we're really looking forward to Friday night. It's going to be fun. I think the bigger question is what don't they do well? So they've got everything. You know, they've got O-line, D-line, they've got skill players, they've got a great defense, they've got a great offense, they got great coaching, they got great specialist players. I mean, it's you know, they're going to play a good game, and we can't make mistakes. We got to play. Not that we have to play perfect, but we got to play well, and we can't have a bunch of turnovers. We can't make things easy for them. We got to make them sustain drives and do things like that. You know, they're talented. They're great. They are what they are, but we're in the same boat. We're talented and we're good as well. So we're looking forward to it. I think we are. We're still kind of a young team as we work through this here. Even though we're 11 weeks in or 12 weeks, this will be the 12th week for us. But we did scrimmage them, so we got an idea of what that's like. We played some good teams along the road, and so we got an idea of what that looks like. And we've gotten better each week. And we're fairly healthy for the most part, so that's good as well, because that's always a concern this time of the year. And we think we're ready to do as best we can.
This is good as it can get for high school football. Centennial and Mater Dei. It's going to be like pretty much watching a Division I matchup with these two athletes, with all these athletes that they have on both sides of the field. I'm certainly excited. I can't wait for Friday night. Pep, back over to you.
And Kevin will be there. You're going to be at the game, right?
Yep.
Centennial and Mater Dei, man. Huge game coming up on Friday. Let's go to our Boost Top 25 poll for this week. We'll have one more next week, and then that's it. The rankings will be finished for the high school football season. No big shock, right? Centennial at number 1, followed by Norco. Got a couple Southwestern League schools. Hey, Roosevelt, we moved them up to number 5. If Roosevelt keeps winning, who knows how high Roosevelt might get here in our Boost Top 25. And then North, they saw their season come to a close against Oaks Christian. They'll finish at number 7, 11-1. Citrus Valley, Beaumont, and San Jacinto. And then 11 through 25, we still have Aquinas. We still have Temecula Valley. They're both making runs for CIF championship games. And listen, we had to put Vista del Lago in the top 25. All they do is win. Congratulations to the Ravens. And that's our Boost Top 25 poll for this week. All right, now let's go from high school football, guys, to college football. And on Sunday, it was Selection Sunday for the Division III college football playoffs. And the University of Redlands is back in the playoffs. They are your SCIAC. That's the local conference champions. And they will go on the road to Linfield up in Oregon. Linfield is the one and only team to beat the U of R this season. Now the Bulldogs get another crack at the Linfield Wildcats. Here's head coach Jim Good.
The head coach of the Bulldogs and Coach Good, Jim Good. Coach, we're all excited to see the brackets come out, and I don't know, I just kind of assume because of maybe some geographical reasons that you guys might see Linfield again. What were your thoughts when you saw the brackets come out and you're going to play the Linfield Wildcats again in the opening round in Division III?
Well, we're excited about it. Anytime you get a chance to redeem yourself for a loss earlier in the season, you get excited about that. And we figured it would be either a team in Texas or Linfield. And with Hardin Simmons not getting invited to the playoffs, that left 2 in Texas, and then it automatically we knew that we'd end up going to Oregon, which is awesome.
So, yeah, the one and only time you guys faced Linfield, your one and only loss, I should say, this season, it was 51-10 against Linfield. I feel like that was probably not the best game that the Bulldogs were able to play. Like, you probably feel like if you had another chance at Linfield, you guys would play much better. What's kind of your message to your team now as you prepare this week to get ready to see Linfield again for the second time?
Well, I think just like Linfield and every other school in the country, we're a better team than what we were that third week of the season. And like I said this at the beginning, sometimes you never get a second chance at things, and we definitely get a second chance at Linfield. They're such a great program. They're well coached. Their guys play real hard. They're sound. They're fast. They're strong. They're everything that you'd want a football team to be. And we're excited about the challenge and look forward to get a second crack at them. Like I said, we're a better football team than we were at the beginning of the year.
Best of luck to the Bulldogs back in the Division III playoffs. When we come back, we've got more high school football. Kevin Argumosa from Arlington High School will join us live. And a little bit later in the show, the head volleyball coach at Cal State San Bernardino, Kim Cherniss, will join us live, as well as the Coyotes are coming off a national championship. Now they're going on another championship run. We'll be back with more Inland Sports Show.
96.7 KCal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40.
Hey, man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here.
Make sure you check out Pep, man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep, man.
You guys rock.
Calling all athletes. Make sure you're at your very best by training at Boost Performance Training in Corona. Whether you're a football player, soccer player, baseball player, lacrosse, athletes from all sports and all levels train at Boost Performance Training. Led by former Centennial High School football star Ray Bass, you'll develop explosive power, become faster, and add that lean muscle. Don't be left behind and get a leg up on the competition at Boost Performance Training. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for information on their training programs and also on the Bass School. That's the Bass Alternative School for student athletes. Trying to earn a scholarship? Maybe make the varsity team. Get a spot in the starting lineup? Well, let Boost Performance Training help achieve your athletic goals.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. We have customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time. And then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
Freshman of the week. Ball in his hands to the cup. It's up and in. And the harm. The freshman of the week headed to the line. Taryn defended by Taylor. He'll take him down to the baseline. Taryn back to the basket. Dips inside, draws the foul. It's up. And good. They give him the continuation. The hoop and the harm for Taryn Armstrong. And that'll send him to the free throw line. What a nifty move there by Taryn Armstrong. He felt that contact coming. Still got the shot off.
And that was a big win for California Baptist University, taking on last night, a big win, taking on, Jackson State University, the Tigers last night on ESPN+. They will be back home tomorrow night, taking on San Jose State. Now we go back to high school football. We're getting you all set for the semifinals coming up this Friday in Division 13. The Arlington Lions continuing their Cinderella run this season. Joining us live and amplified on the show right now. And so happy that he made time for us. Kevin Argumosa, the head coach of the Lions. And Coach, I can see you're well dressed, but you're in your car. I don't know if you're in the McDonald's drive-thru, but I appreciate you making time for us, Coach. And first off, congratulations on getting to the semifinals. I know the season started kind of slow, but here you are, one win away from playing for a CIF title. What's the season been like in your first year with the Lions?
You know, it started off pretty crazy, getting hired a month and a half before the first game, and trying to put a staff together and players together. And just little by little, we were able to piece things together. And thanks to the eligibility process of getting some key players eligible, within our 8-week grading period, just happened to be at the right time, and we've been hitting on all cylinders now that they've been a part of the program.
Coach, you know, what month was it when you took over the job? Because you probably didn't have a lot of time to, ramp up for the year.
It was mid-July, literally mid-July. Was when I got hired and we started the process. So it was tough. It was tough to get people clear to get coach on the field. So at times it was just 3 of us coaching the whole entire program. So it was fun.
Sounds like a lot of work, but probably rewarding and fun now that you're here in at least in the Division 13 semifinals. Coach, correct me if I'm wrong, but probably for you guys, the playoffs already started weeks and weeks ago just to, finish high enough in the River Valley League, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I'm sure you guys have been in playoff mode probably for the last, month or two?
Yes, it's been crazy. I mean, just once we're getting the River Valley League and all the tough teams we had to battle there, and it's just been constant battling every week,
So you guys, Patriot and Hillcrest, all finished at 2 and 3, but you guys had the tiebreaker to go into the playoffs as the third place team out of the RVL. What was the tiebreaker? I don't even know what it was.
It was a coin flip between the 3 ADs to see who got the third place seed is how they did it, and we won the coin toss, and that's how we got in.
What's funny, Coach, I've had other, it was actually an athletic director, similar situation. Teams finished with the same record in league play, but one had to be like the automatic to go to the playoffs. And I'm like, well, how does the coin flip happen? Like, she's like, we literally met in the middle at a fast food place. They flipped the coin in the parking lot, and that was it. We knew who was going to the playoffs. So you're the third place team. So how did it go down for you guys for the coin flip?
You know what? I couldn't tell you. Actually, I was walking to a department meeting, and my AD happened to catch me. She's like, "Hey, you want to hear the good news?" I'm like, "Sure." She's like, "We won the coin toss." I'm like, "That's great," but she didn't get in full details about it. She was just so jacked that we, the where we started getting hired in July, and with the bumps and bruises we've taken, and where we, able to get in the playoffs. She was so excited. So it's just been an exciting thing there on campus at Arlington.
Well, Coach, I know, the Lions started 0-7, but that win against Hillcrest, 10-0. When I saw that score come in on that Friday night, I'm like, wait, hold on a second. There's something happening in Arlington. Was that, obviously that was a momentum swing, I would say, for you guys. And you guys have been on a run. I know you've played some good teams in the River Valley League, but you guys have kind of been on a run ever since and stringing together a couple playoffs wins now. What was it about that Hillcrest game, or maybe after that maybe something switched or something turned around for you guys?
Again, coming in late, so we really didn't know the players a lot really well, and trying to figure guys out and put different positions. And we ended up tweaking our offense and our defense, and we went to a double tight I-back power offense. We initially started off with a spread, and was not working. And we went to the double tight I and made some adjustments on the defensive side of the ball, and it just the kids came out and played 4 quarters of football. That was the big thing of teaching them how to play 4 quarters. And there's going to be bumps and bruises in the game. We just keep fighting, and we'll become victorious if we could manage everything. And that really Hillcrest is what sparked the whole process of what we've been preaching since July. And it was really good to see that with the players.
Well, Coach, you've been around football a long time. There's nothing wrong with playing some hard-hitting defense and just grinding it out with that run game. There's nothing wrong with that. So Coach, I'll leave you on this. What are the keys to victory coming this Friday night as you guys go on the road to Anaheim in D13?
The key is playing 4 quarters, assignment football, eliminate the little mistakes, and just play our football, ground and pound on offense, and on defense be physical and swarm to the ball.
Love it. Lions going on the road in the Division 13 semifinals. Head coach Kevin Argumosa joining us live here on the Inland Sports Show. Coach, again, thank you so much for making time. Best of luck this coming week. And I think if you guys win, you guys will definitely be home for the championship. I don't want to look too far ahead, but that's what the coin flips tell us, at least, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're excited.
All right, that's Coach Argumosa joining us here live on the Inland Sports Show. Thanks again, Coach, and have a great night. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me on here. Appreciate it. Have a good evening.
Yes, sir. Man, great turnaround by the Arlington Lions. 1 win away from playing for a CIF title. All right, we're going to go into another commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk some college volleyball with the head coach at Cal State San Bernardino, Kim Cherniss. We'll be back on the Inland Sports Show.
We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for. The number one sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Ken's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kensportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Ken's Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Ken's Sporting Goods.
Freshman of the week. Ball in his hands to the cup. It's up and in. And the harm. The freshman of the week headed to the line. Taryn defended by Taylor. He'll take him down to the baseline. Taryn back to the basket. Dips inside, draws the foul. It's up. And good. They give him the continuation. The hoop and the harm for Taryn Armstrong. And that'll send him to the free throw line. What a nifty move there by Taryn Armstrong. He felt that contact coming. Still got the shot off.
So a big win for the Lancers again last night against Jackson State. They'll open up the Abe Lemons Classic against San Jose State on Thursday night, then Northern Colorado on Sunday, and then CBU taking on the Texas Longhorns in Austin coming up next week. All right, from college basketball to college volleyball, big weekend coming up for Cal State San Bernardino. The Coyotes hosting the CC2A tournament, and the defending national champions looking to do it all over again. Join us live on the show, head coach of the Coyotes, Kim Cherniss. And Coach, hey, first off, you guys are, I know in 2019 it was a perfect season, and that would be hard to duplicate by anybody, but this is still a pretty darn good year for the Coyotes.
Yeah, we're pretty happy with the way the year's gone so far. I mean, it is a little bit difficult navigating after a year off with so much excitement and such high expectations. So a lot of our energy has been poured into just mentality, just being able to maintain that championship type mentality and culture on the team. And so far, so good.
And Coach, when you look back at the last couple of years, what an emotional roller coaster for the program, because you guys go undefeated, you win the national championship in Division II, and then the next season, because of COVID, there is no season. And now you guys are back. You're one of the top programs again in the country, but just the last 2-3 years, it's been wacky for everybody, especially I'd imagine for you guys.
Yeah, we were, full steam ahead because we were returning just about everybody, including the, returning player of the year and several All-Americans. And we had our sights firmly set on, making a run at repeating. And then, as everybody knows, things kind of went a little bit sideways for more than just the sport world. And I have to give a lot of credit to our team because they made the commitment to stay focused, because it's really tough. You're on kind of this schedule as a college student athlete where you know exactly where you're at, where you're at in the process, how much longer it's going to take you, not just in terms of sport, but also your degree. So we have quite a few kids that are playing by extending their degree process in terms of starting their graduate programs, or they spread their classes out a little bit so that they didn't graduate actually in June. They're going to graduate this December. So they made that commitment, and it was really tough, not being in the gym every day. Those are the bonds that create that kind of culture. And so not only, could we not compete, but we couldn't practice, we couldn't lift, we couldn't do any of our team bonding activities. So it was a struggle for me as a coach, watching them, A, having that taken out of their life, but B, just dealing with all the things that every person in the country was dealing with in terms of mental health. And for our young people in society particularly, it was very tough on them to have to put their entire social world on hold and study remotely and all those things. So it's been a journey, but we're so grateful to be back on the court now.
Well, Coach, with all of that said, you've been at Cal State since '91, and I'm sure each team and each year is special in its own right. But does this year feel different because, we had the game taken away from us last year. Now you got it back.
Yes.
Are you soaking it in a little bit more? Are you enjoying a little bit more? Maybe a little, a level of gratitude, right, to just have it back?
It's equal parts very gratifying and terrifying, because you're in this constant state of things could get taken away. You have, if someone contracts COVID, or if the protocols suddenly slam into place, or the state has a huge uptick. Being a state institution too, we're kind of beholden to those protocols. And so it is a nonstop state of enjoy it while we can, enjoy every day. Again, to my student athletes, I'm so proud of them for maintaining the level of intensity that's required to perform at the level they are, yet managing that kind of emotional roller coaster that could occur. I'm just really proud of them. So yeah, we're grateful for every day. We're pushing hard straight ahead. We're trying to do everything that we set out to do. But first and foremost, as an adult, I can kind of look on this with some perspective and see how much they're gaining out of it, regardless of the outcome. But we're sure having a good time while we're doing it.
You're having a good time, and you're winning a lot. And I know for the longest time, it was just the unknown. We didn't know when sports were coming back and what it would look like, and, different parameters we'd have to, make, all these different things, that we had to jump hurdles to make this happen. But now that we're here, you guys are in the CC2A tournament. You're hosting at Casulas Arena. You guys are undefeated on your home floor and inside your home gym. Talk about the tournament, because you guys will play on Friday. First round bye, you'll play on Friday. What is the team doing well right now that keeps you optimistic, Coach, that you guys can advance?
I think we're just it's a very different look from the team that we had in 2019. Even though we have some of those same pieces, we were such an overwhelmingly powerful offensive team in 2019. We just were really hard to stop for a lot of teams. And we still have some of those great offensive weapons, and our offense is still pretty efficient. But defensively, we've taken it kind of to another level. So we're really defending at a super high level. Our first contact on our side of the net is really, really consistent. So we're just playing some really disciplined volleyball right now, which is, we looked at the season, my staff and I, and we said, what is something that might be an advantage for us moving into this season than for other teams that also had to take the year off. And we just returned so much experience and so many veteran volleyball players that we thought that maybe we could try and be one of the most disciplined teams on the floor. And so we've been really disciplined. We've been really good in all the fundamental parts of the game. And, our goal is we're definitely never going to beat ourselves. We're going to put the best product we have on the floor, force the other team to execute, and let the chips fall where they may. And so far, it's been really successful.
And Coach, not only are you undefeated at home, you're undefeated against conference opponents this season. I know you had some tough non-conference games early on in the season, but going through CC2A play, you guys have been perfect, 18-0. So do you feel like obviously the target's on your back. You're the defending national champions, but on your home floor in San Bernardino, undefeated in conference play, do you feel like, hey, everyone, forgive the cliche, but everyone is going to bring their A game when they play Cal State San Bernardino?
They always do. No matter where we play, it's every time we go to someone else's gym, it's, break the record night for attendance, or it's, whatever, a blackout or a red out or whatever it is. And so we're used to that. It's thankfully, we've won a lot of seasons in a row. So it's something that we've become accustomed in teaching and in discussion with our teams. Expect this, know this is happening. So it's not something that's out of the ordinary for us. It's not a different parameter we have to deal with. It doesn't change the strength of the team on the other side of the net. And right now, every team we're going to face from this point out, on out, is going to be really, really good. And they're playing to keep their season going. So it kind of takes it to a whole nother level, and we're certainly very, very thankful to be playing at home for the conference tournament. We love playing in front of our community. We have a great crowd, our families, our friends, and just our community in general. We have a great volleyball following in the Inland Empire, and they're really knowledgeable about the game, and they know our personnel, and they know our stats, and they know what we're good at, and they know what to expect in certain situations. So it's a really fun environment. It's kind of an intimate experience with our fans. They're like, I know who she's subbing right now. I know who she's putting in, so it's really cool.
Hey, Coach, you have a lot of familiar names, too. A lot of Inland Empire players from high school programs in the IE, make their way to Cal State San Bernardino, which that's fun, too, having the local players.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it when their high school teams come and watch, and they're cheering for their, alum from their program, or their coaches come. And of course, we get their families and their extended families, and it just makes for that atmosphere in the gym to be all that much more that you want to fight for, and we've kind of gained a certain reputation where we've had really great players from the Inland Empire that maybe make a different choice to go to college somewhere far away, and decide maybe going far away wasn't for them. And when they come back, we're who they're looking at. So we're excited that we're getting those kids too. And it's just been, I feel like it makes it just extra special,
Well, everybody wants to play for a winner, and that's what's going on at Cal State San Bernardino right now. The defending national champions from 2019, and again, the conference tournament taking place beginning Thursday, Cal State in action beginning Friday. Coach Cherniss, thank you so much for joining us here on the show. We really appreciate it, and best of luck not only this weekend, but going forward, too. I think it's going to be a long playoff run for you guys still.
Well, I want to put a call out to everybody in the community. Come out and watch the games. I promise you it makes a difference to our student athletes. It makes them proud to compete for you. And go Yokes.
That's right. Coach, thank you so much. And again, thank you for making time for the Inland Sports Show. We appreciate it.
Thank you, too.
All right. CSUSB trying to do it all over again. Begins with the conference tournament this week. And again, the Coyotes 18-0 in conference play. So they are the heavy favorite going in. If they can take care of business on their home floor, they'll be in good shape to maybe win another Division II national championship. All right. One programming note before we go here. We will not have Sports Weekly live on Friday night. I know a lot of people have already said they are disappointed. We just don't have enough games to fill up a 1-hour show. But what we are going to do is Friday night we will have Indian Springs versus Rialto live on IEMG. IEMG is going to pay the $600 to live stream that game. So we're going to do it live on IEMG. That is the IE Media Group YouTube channel. Friday night, 7 o'clock. Division 14 semifinal, Rialto against Indian Springs, the winner moving on to the championship game. And again, it's our only local semifinal game featuring a local versus a local, Indian Springs and Rialto. Big shout out to our director, Johnny Nunez, here at Teen Vision TV 16, and all of our guests, Coach Cherniss, Coach Argumosa, Coach Tui, as we break down the high school football semifinals. Next week, it'll be Championship Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. I can't believe it's already here, but here we are, championship time on the high school gridiron. My name is Pep Fernandez. Stay safe, God bless you, and we'll see you next time on the Inland Sports Show.